you have discovered through the expansion of the internet world. I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast. We're going to be talking about your life, my life, and the world today. So sit back, relax, grab something if you need it, and let's do this. Start now. I'm Johnny Allen of the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast. You guys probably wonder where I've been. I've been off of it for like over 2 months. But I am back. I'm okay. Everything's fine. I've been doing some projects and whatnot. And thanks for stopping by. I'm going to do just a blog to catch up again because the last time I did the podcast back in October, I was off for like 2 months. And everybody's wondering where I was then, and I kind of did some explaining, kind of the status quo. But yeah, we'll get right into it. And tonight, you know what? I talk about like maybe some politics, world events, everyday life situations. Today, I'm just going to talk about life and the journey of life and the travels of life, and not so much like going on vacation, although that is traveling, and going on a sabbatical or things of that nature. I'm just talking about your journey of life in general. So we're going to dive right into it. Thanks again for stopping by. Drink coffee, still drinking the coffee. And you know what? I got Cracker Barrel coffee in the cup. Well, guys, it's thanks again for stopping by. It's December the 18th, 2023, almost 2024. I about said that. It is just insane how fast. I mean, I talk about it every time, but seriously, it's like insane how fast the time is going. So I've been gone since October off the podcast, and I'll just dive into why I've been gone and kind of just share a little bit what's been going on with me, right? Because I got some music stuff to talk about too. I'm a musician. I usually don't cross-pollinate my website with the music website, rather with the podcast, but we're going to do it today because the podcast is my way of communicating with you about me in general. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So what I've been doing for the last 2 months is I've been updating the studio, and I decided to give it a total facelift. And so here we go. I'm going to just show a clip right here of the studio and what I've been doing. All right, that's what I've been doing, and you know what? Probably that's right. I'm into model trains now. I've always loved trains since I was a kid. Used to have model trains back in the day, and let me do an adjustment here real quick, guys. I got a lot of reverb in here. I don't like it. There we go, much better. So a little bit. Let's try it again here. Let's see what's happening here. It's amazing. You get this stuff set up, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, things change. But anyway, much better there. Thanks for letting me do that. Anyways, into model trains as a kid, it's just kind of weird. I talked about this the other day. As you get older, and I'll be 60 in February of 2024, which basically is like 2 months, 2.5 months. When I was a kid, I loved trains. And as you get older, it seems like the things you loved as a kid comes back. It's like it circles around. I was teasing with some of my friends talking about that the other day. So yeah, you do kind of go back in to your youth as you get older. You get older, sometimes you got to get on. You had to have diapers and stuff like that, right? You go, and with me, it's like I lost my hair. You're going bald again, like you were when you were a baby. It's weird. You kind of go backwards. You're kind of having a hard time talking or can't talk. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. It just seems like you go backwards. But anyway, I loved trains as a kid. So, I decided I was going to do this when I was 70, set up a O-gauge train set layout. And I decided, I told my wife, I said, why wait? Let's do it now, because tomorrow's never promised, right? So, yeah, so kind of doing a little bit of changes in the life. And it's part of this traveling, as I call it, through life. That's what we're talking about, traveling through your life. So your different travels. So I'm traveling into the O-gauge train layout. I'm really loving it. I may do a podcast where I just show the train for a little while, Anyway, it's model trains. I repainted the studio, and I'll give you guys a full tour. Not a lot to talk about, just basically painted it and redid the floor. And anyway, that's what I've been doing for the last couple of months, just revamping the studio. Also, I've been doing some music, okay? Now, as y'all know, back in 2020, if you've been following me at all for the last few years, again, I'm a musician, songwriter primarily, play bass guitar primarily. Once in a while, I fill in for our worship band, the local worship church that I go to, that kind of thing. And a couple years ago, during the pandemic, I was in a band called the Crossroads Saints. We had done a record at Roundtable Recording in Broad Ripple, Indiana, and studios. And very good studio, by the way. Still go there. So we did it. We did a record. Took about a year to do. It got released. It's out on various websites. You can find it now. I believe it's on Apple. Daryl Venable is basically all of his music. We just help contribute, and I say we, my brother and I. So anyway, Daryl wrote this record. We contributed. We helped write it, and Daryl's got out there on various platforms. I'll try to share that with you. But anyway, getting to what I'm saying here, did the Crossroads Saints album. That took me with music side of it, took me about a year and a half or so to help with that. We got that done, and so like I said, the life travels. So I'm off to going back and doing some solo stuff again, which I had done in between the bands that I've been in. So right now I'm not in a band. I'm okay with not being in a band. It's actually kind of nice in a way not to have the break. So it frees me up for the other things like trains and writing my own music and things like that. So I've been in the studio and I wrote a song that I've been working on actually for a while, and finally got it done. It's called My Friend's Song, and it's a tribute to a good friend of mine that was in the Hopeful Band, which the Hopeful Band, it was a cover band that I had formed with some guys and friends of mine. And Rob Webb is his name, and he was the lead singer of the band. Very nice guy, good person all the way around. Very talented guy. He had cancer when he was younger. It went in remission for many, many years. Thought it was long gone. And the vicious disease crept back and got him, and he had died, I think, maybe almost 2 years ago now. Rob was the lead singer of the band, great friend of mine. He had passed. So as time went on, I had the inspiration and the calling, if you would, to write a song that's a tribute basically to Rob Webb. So it started with Rob. I thought about Rob when I started trying to put this song together. And as the song came together, it took various, there were various renditions of it. I kept playing around with it, made acoustic originally, and then to a rock thing, and then back to acoustic, and then back to a rock thing, to what it is now. But it took a little while, but finally I decided at the end of this year I had to get it done. But my goal was by Christmas to get this song done, because I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I finally got my stuff together and got it done. And my engineer that I've known for a long time, Corey Miller, that works out of Roundtable Recording Company in Broad Ripple, he actually helped me with the music. So he kind of helped me co-write the music. I pretty much had the whole thing together, but Corey helped me with a couple key parts of this song. So I thank you, Corey, for that. But anyway, I decided once the song was done, I named it. It used to be Friend's Song, and then it was Friend's Song, and now it's called My Friend's Song, which now I'm just, Rob inspired it, of course, but then I wanted to wrap my arms around the whole thing, around people that have passed since 2020 and lately in the last 5-6 years that have passed away. Because I've had a lot of friends and family that have passed away. My mother-in-law just passed away a year ago, almost in February coming up. So I wanted to just take this song and dedicate it to the folks that have traveled on, have passed over. So without further ado, I'm going to play. I made a concept video of it. I'm going to do a 50-second snip, let you guys sample 50 seconds of the song. Once it's done, it'll be downloaded on it'll be on my websites and all that stuff. Probably the first of the year, it'll be available for downloads and CDs and whatever. But that wasn't really the purpose of me writing it. I'll get back to that later. But anyway, let's let you enjoy this 50-second clip. Here you go.
Walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Even though I'm gone from this place, I will see you again. Though my body is no more, my soul carries on. I'll be traveling on.
So this is dedicated to those two guys and a lot of people actually, but those two guys came in mind when I wrote the song. Anyway, you'll be up to kind of get back to the music thing with what I'm doing, guys. I'll have a music site. First of the year is my plan, and I'll have everything. I'll finally release my Pipe Dream album that I've been piping on for the last I don't know how long. Been putting it on the back burner, but I'm finally going to let this thing fly at the first of the year. But I'll remind everybody when that comes up. So it'll be like the best that we have come up with, and my brother and I, and that's basically it. So that's basically with the music. I got another piece of music I'm working on. I'm going to record first year, and I'm going to put the record out in a small website and all that stuff. So that's what's going on with me with music. I'm just doing my own thing, and it's all good. To kind of skip on with my notes here, like I said, I'm talking about life's travels, guys, and then so here's the thing about all this stuff. Like I said, I'll be 50 or 60 years old, 50 years old. I wish I was 50 years old again. 60 years old in February. So I got to be thinking about a lot of stuff. That's kind of funny. I got to thinking heavily on my life, and where I'm going and where I've been and all that kind of stuff, And when you get to my age, you really start thinking about life. You really start thinking about the journey, the travels. And, I have no regrets from a kid to now. It's been a ride. I could talk to you for days, but I'd bore you about everything I've ever done, all the bands I've ever been in, and all that good stuff. But I have no regrets with anything I've ever done musically or anything with really anything I've done in life. I mean, maybe small regrets, but nothing big. And as I push on and get older, 60 years old almost, I don't, at this stage of the ball game, I don't stress over little stuff. I don't look at the news that much. It's all the same thing anyway. I don't let any negatives or anything that's a downer get me down. I know it sounds kind of, basic, but it's true on my notes here. I mean, you can't let stuff eat at you, and don't let opportunities slip by that you might be able to, that you have, but you might not be able to get them back. Time is precious. There's you can't get time back, right? So that's why I made a decision to retire from a day job at 58 and a half. A lot of people thought I was crazy. I still think even sometimes I might be crazy for doing it. But, I almost had to for the sake of being able to live a little bit and my sanity and health reasons and things like that. Don't regret any of that. I really do. I really do enjoy it. I even enjoy doing this little podcast. But life is way too short. Don't waste it. My advice, don't waste it. Take any kind of opportunity you can. If something comes up that you can do and you've been wanting to do it, just do it. I mean, it's so, like I said, it's kind of a basic thing, but a lot of people think, I'll wait and do that tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, and tomorrow may never, show up. If you see me kind of glancing this way, because I got new lights and photos and pictures and all this stuff, and I have this whole, right in front of me here, I got this nice train display that I will do a podcast on. I'll share some of that with you. It's kind of neat. I tell you, there's a lot of work involved in it, but it was fun work. It was mind relaxing. It was just relaxing in general. So I'm really enjoying the music. I've been blessed, too, with a new grandson, Oliver. If you're watching, I'm sure he's watching. He can't understand anything, but he might be watching. But congratulations to Alex and Garrett and Audrey in having a new baby boy, So I'm blessed to have another grandson. There's so many things you can be grateful for. Blessed with good friends and family and all that. And, I got to talking about, too, that during your life travels, you meet a lot of people that come in and out of your life. And, all my friends in the past, all my friends now, I'm still in contact with some of my friends. I'm in contact. We don't talk every day, but every once in a while, I've known him since second grade. It's a long time. And that's my good friend Tony out in Las Vegas. And every once in a while, we'll text, hey, how's it going? Same thing with Kelly Conrad. He's out there. Some people that I've been keeping in contact with for years and years. We don't talk every day. We may even just talk once or twice a year, but we keep in contact. That's kind of nice. And some of my friends I don't talk to as much, but there's always thoughts there about them and always, think about them. And like I said, I lost one good friend to suicide, so it went to cancer. But, it's good to reach out to some of your friends, just enjoy it. I guess that's where I'm going with this whole thing. It's kind of, I know I'm kind of rambling, but it's, the life thing, the life travels is something you got to cherish and just keep on traveling, And when I mean traveling, means enjoying the life. Doesn't necessarily getting in a vehicle and going somewhere, although that's nice. But it just means don't sit in a house and dwell and just have fun, right? Let's get another cup of coffee here. Live every day like it's your last, because one day it will be, right? So, but I don't, like I said, I don't get caught up in the everyday garbage anymore. You can let stuff stress you out if you listen to the whole world thing. And I'm not saying on this podcast in the future that I won't talk about world events and stuff once in a while. I will. But today's not the day. We're getting close to Christmas, and it's about celebrations, about celebration of life for the ones that are here living and the ones that have departed. That's, my song. That's what it's about. It's, like I said, my friend's song is about they live their life. The time came. They're off to a better place, and they're okay, and you need to be okay while you're here. So, and you'll meet again someday. That's really what my song's about. So, yeah, but I don't get looking at my notes. I don't get caught up in the bad press and negative vibes anymore. They used to eat me up even maybe as much as 6 months ago. But And another thing I got on my talking points today is money and things you can't take money or items or things with you when you cross over to the other side. You can't take this stuff with you. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to have it, but I've seen so many times people just beating their heads, working and working hard, and they don't take time for family, and they're working so hard because they're worried. They want to get money. They want to be a millionaire or more than that. And they got to have the big house. They got to have all this stuff. And at the end of the day, it's not really worth it. I'm looking, if there's anything out of my podcast today that I want to just basically share with everybody that's watching this, your time is valuable, and spend it with family and friends as much as you can, and enjoy the simple stuff in life, because I was guilty of it, working a lot of long hours, this and that and the other, and you miss out on a lot. I missed a lot on when my kids grew up. So I'm not wanting to miss out on what things are going on with my grandkids. So I just took my son and my grandson on a train ride last week. It's things like that you got to do. I suggest you got to do. Take time out of your busy schedule and start living. I admire some of these YouTubers that got channels and younger people that sold everything out, bought a camper, and they're just traveling. Not everybody can do that, but I admire people that do that. Soak it all in. Soak it all in. That's what I do with my music, my trains, my cars, my family. And like I said, these things here, I'm going to leave all this stuff when I go. All this stuff's going to go to my kids and my wife and, whoever. I'm not going to have it anymore. I can't take it with me. But hopefully my family can enjoy it. So if you built up some stuff, it's good maybe to get stuff that maybe the kids can enjoy or something down the road, It's kind of what I got today. And I do follow a few YouTubers, and I'll share them in a minute too. So I follow Sean James. He's got a channel, My Self-Reliance. I've been following him for years. If you guys don't know who he is, just Google My Self-Reliance. Sean James. He's got a podcast now. The guy's got a lot of good ideas. His lifestyle is not for everyone, but I admire his lifestyle. So he's got some wisdom in my opinion. He's got a lot of wisdom in some of his videos and what he talks about and how to keep it simple. He has interesting guests on his podcast, so check out Sean. I also check out the Outdoor Gear Review. Luke is it's a camping, and he's a camping gear outdoorsman review guy, Outdoor Gear Review. He's good. His name's Luke. I watch him. And I'm a car guy too. So what I'm going to share here, and I am very impressed with this guy. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, this is Derek Berry. He has a very successful YouTube channel called Vice Grip Garage. And I love the show. I found it by accident, like I do most of them. He's witty, he's funny, and a lot of stuff that he's done with his cars, that he does with the cars, kind of reminds me of, especially how he works on the cars, reminds me of me back in the day, and even sometimes today when I'm wrenching on a car. The guy is hilarious. But what I'm most impressed, and Derek, if you happen to catch my little podcast here, thank you very much for this. What impresses me with this is I've purchased twice from his company, T-shirts a couple times and some keychains, nothing real big. But what I admire about this family and Derek in particular and the whole family, his wife, and his boys, is that he did this. He actually send out a Christmas card to the people that support his channel. And I'll read it. It says, "Thank you for contributing. Thank you for the continued support and being part of our Vice Grip family," which I think is awesome. "Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, the Berries." And I just, like I said, Derek, if you're seeing this, thank you, buddy. I love the channel, and to me, that says something. That's very sincere. And I know that they probably thought, this isn't much. We can just take a picture and get all these copies and send them out to these people. But you know what? Doing that in general means a lot. Not everybody does that, and he's a very successful YouTuber, and he seems very humble. And anyway, thank you, Derek. Thank you for the channel. I love the channel. I laugh like crazy. I introduced the channel to some family while I was in Florida. I live in Indiana. While I was in Florida on vacation, I said, "Hey, this family member is a kind of a gearhead too, loves cars and everything." I said, "Man, you gotta watch this guy. His name's Derek, Vice Grip Garage. He's hilarious. You're gonna love him." And it's the first. We had a marathon of your episodes, Derek. So if you're watching, and he's a fan and he's subscribed, so yeah, he's great. Also followed Nick's Garage, a Canadian up there, and anyway, but that means a lot that he actually took the time out to have these cards made up and sends them out to people. It's just a lot of appreciation, just something small like that. Look, that means a lot. And on my notes, like I said, there's so many people in my life that I can shout out to that, I care about. So Merry Christmas to all you family and friends out there. I can't name all you guys, but hope you have a good one this year. And hopefully we can, I'll come across and communicate with you some way, somehow, if it's been a while. But just have a good Christmas, and hopefully you have a good year coming up. A few months ago, on my music side, I did an autoimmune awareness in-house acoustic solo show, if that's what you want to call it, to bring awareness to autoimmune diseases such as scleroderma, and there's probably 50 different autoimmune diseases out there. It's something that's very heartfelt to me because my mother has scleroderma. I do. My mother is 80 years old. She'll be 81 in March, and she's been battling this thing for years, and God love her. She's still kicking and doing great and hanging in there and being strong, and so we love you, Mom. Also, a quick shout out to my aunt. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Becky. You may be seeing this a day later, but this is being done on your birthday. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is the autoimmune disease is a big deal. And there's no cure for these diseases. Sometimes they can halfway treat them, but there's no cure. And like I said, I'm getting up to 60 years old. And part of the reason, too, why I decided to build a train layout, and I haven't been on the podcast for a while because I had to do something to take my mind off of my health condition. And I'm not going to talk too much about me because it's not really all about me. I'm just sharing stuff. This is part of the life travels, your life travels, right? Your tour through life. So with me and the health issues, again, I decided not to put things off. Let's just do it. Because with having an autoimmune disease, it's day by day. Like I try to go to the gym at least 3 times a week. I don't go 3 times a day. I couldn't do that. But about 3 times a week, maybe twice, depending on how I feel. But with something like what I got, you'll wake up one day and I feel like I'm 20 years old. And then the next day, and it could be within hours, you feel like you're about 90 and about ready to get one foot in the grave. So that's what I've been battling for a while. I do have some tests coming up in January. Hopefully they turn out okay. I'll let you guys know. But the whole point I'm trying to make is it goes fast. Enjoy every day. Don't take anything for granted. And I'm very humbled about it. Everything that's ever happened in my life and the people I've been able to experience things with. So I'm hoping that 2024 is a good year as well. Hope we can keep moving on. And, I pray that the health thing stays good. But either way, you just got to keep on keeping on. So I hope that everybody's got, what am I trying to say here? I'm kind of keeping it real because I always keep it real, but I'm keeping it real tonight. And something that, speaking of Vice Grip Garage, Derek did an episode. It was a Q&A where he was driving a car and he was answering questions. And he said his YouTube channel, he just is him. He doesn't try to do anything different. It's just him and how he is. And, you either gravitate towards it or you don't. And that's kind of the way my podcast is. And even my music is just kind of like, I like it. It's my thing. Maybe people do things different and that's cool. But I got to be me, and I just got to speak from the heart and do what I do, and hopefully somebody gets something out of it. If I can share something and someone gets some advice, or not advice, but gets some good information from me, or learn something, that's great. I've done my job, right? The coffee's not too bad. I kind of like the Cracker Barrel stuff, but I won't carry on too much. I'm about ready to wrap it up, but I'm gonna try to promise, if that's a word, try to promise. I'm going to do the podcast more often coming up. I'll keep you guys updated. We'll talk about some different subjects. Oh, before I go, too, I'm going to it's still going to be on my podcast, still on this YouTube channel. It's still on my Facebook channel. It's still on, Apple and, it's not on Apple yet, but it is on Spotify. That's the other one, Spotify, which I could talk about Spotify too. So, I don't know about Spotify, but we'll talk about Spotify one day. But it's getting ready to go up on Rumble. So the first year, I'm going to also have this platform, this podcast, my talking and sharing with you guys about everyday life stuff. It's going to be on Rumble. And when we get over there on Rumble, we may, not only is it bringing it to an additional audience, but I think I can be a little more freer on my First Amendment right. Not that I'm real radical anyway. I'm not really radical at all, but I'll be able to feel more comfortable speaking about certain subjects. Because I won't do it today, but there was a few things that happened to me over the week concerning Planet Fitness that I'll talk about later. And I'm noticing some things that's not really fair, but we'll talk about that on Rumble. That may be the next podcast after the holidays are over, because this is happy time, Happy time, right? Coffee again. So anyway, to kind of summarize today, first of all, sorry seems to be the hardest word. Sorry for being gone again so long, but you kind of know what was going on. Redid the studio. Just battling a little bit of health thing, trying to readjust, trying to refocus, finishing up my song that I hope you guys love and like and can appreciate. Finishing up that stuff. Getting ready for the holidays coming up. We got through Thanksgiving, now Christmas next week, and then the new year rings in. It'll be 2024. So the studio's pretty much done. We're going to switch things over to podcast-wise over the Rumble, as well as these, like I just said, YouTube and stuff. So basically, we're just kind of refocusing. Like I said, I got some medical stuff I got to go through the first of the year. We'll see how those tests end up. Hopefully good. Keep my fingers crossed. Pray to the Lord that they're okay. At least manageable. Like I said, I'm going to spend more time with the family. Been spending time with the family. I need to spend more. And that's basically about it. I kind of watch my YouTube channels. By the way, before I go, I've been taking care of my wife. She had a surgery as well. She had a pretty major surgery on her Achilles tendon. She's healing. She'll be okay. But I've had to be her nurse. So on top of all this stuff, that's why I've been gone a couple months. Because she actually had that 2 months ago, the surgery. So, but all going well so far. So, to end here, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the 2 clips I'm shared with you guys. We got more coming down the pike, I promise. But right now, I'm okay. Right now, life's good. Let you know if that changes. Enjoy your life. Enjoy that travel. Your travels in life. Enjoy them. And don't regret nothing. That's basically all I got today, Pretty simple. Like I said, I'll keep you updated on everything. New music website is in the plan. Where there'll be, just your typical thing. You go down there and you can see what I'm doing and you can download songs. So, new record going to flow out first of the year. I think there's going to be 10 songs on the record. Yeah. Some of them that were pre-recorded quite a while ago that we've remastered, and a couple new ones. 3 new ones, actually. So, anyway, y'all take care. Thanks again for stopping in. Have a great Christmas. Happy New Year. And just, take care of each other, man. I don't mean to sound like, what's his name on the news, but but anyway, really just take care of each other. I mean, that's really what it is. That's it. Look for me on Rumble. I'll let you know all that, what's going on. So I wanted to update you guys. Some of the people got on the Facebook and said, hey, where you been, John? So here I am. It's all good. All good. The Lord willing, I'll catch you guys after the new year. And we'll get that Friends song. My Friends song going to be up with the new video attached to it. I'm very proud of it, lastly, because it's very heartfelt. Okay? And I'll talk more about that song when I release it. So, y'all take care. Like I said, be safe. Catch you later. You have discovered, through the expansion of the internet world, I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast.
Traveling on, past the stars to heaven, I'll carry on. For this is my song. For this is your.
Fortunately, I hope you enjoyed that. Friend of mine, Nick.